cyber corruption is accelerating.
What is going on, everybody? So originally I wasn't going to make another video because I have spent the last 2 days consistently working on video backlogs for the next 2 weeks, but I found this issue to be kind of disturbing. So it turns out Sonic Frontiers, after the Final Horizon update, has stopped working on the Rog Ally specifically. It works on everything else I try. There are even reports of it working on 1X players, Aya Neo, and of course the Steam Deck. Now I find it a little strange that the Rog Ally specifically, after the final update for Sonic Frontiers, isn't working. And I know that this specific expansion to Sonic Frontiers is a big deal for Sega, and also a big deal for Valve. Sonic Frontiers did very well on Steam, and a lot of people played it on the Steam Deck. It actually works very well on the Steam Deck, but for some reason it's specifically not working on the Rog Ally. Now only a few things can come into mind as to the reasons why this would happen. One, there's a confusion with the CPU and GPU on the Rog Ally since you can switch it on the go through Armory Crate. A lot of other handheld PCs require you to go into the BIOS to switch VRAM and RAM to adjust it to get better graphic quality and stuff like that. But Rog Ally just lets you go straight into Armory Crate to switch these settings for the GPU and CPU. So I'm assuming that Sonic Frontiers is just picking up on the CPU specifically. I've tried going into AMD software, Windows, Armory Crate. I tried about 20 different solutions that people had online, and none of them work because it is a software specific issue. So if it's a software specific issue, that means that Sonic Frontiers is to blame. Sonic Frontiers, for some reason, is targeting the CPU or just not targeting anything on the Rog Ally to the point that it is in the single digits with FPS. It is actually completely unplayable on the Rog Ally specifically. And I know it sounds crazy. What really comes to mind is that Valve might have some kind of hand in it. Now with Cyberpunk 2077 on the Steam Deck, it plays okay, but there are a lot of locations in the game that don't play quite well. So it's safe to say that a lot of people just don't count on the Steam Deck to play Cyberpunk 2077 all that much. But on the ROG Ally, Cyberpunk plays exceptionally well, and that would probably enable people to get the game on Windows more so. But with Sonic Frontiers, it didn't play all that great on the ROG Ally, I have to be completely honest. But I can't help to think that Valve had some kind of hand with Sonic Frontiers not working specifically on the ROG Ally. I wouldn't be surprised due to the fact that Sonic Frontiers is verified on Steam Deck. It might actually be the case that Valve threw in a little wrench for the ROG Ally, specifically with a Sonic game. Now, I'm not going to be acting like some kind of paranoid person, but a lot of things in the internet interchange and connect and correlate. It could just be that Sega just didn't care about the ROG Ally and didn't think about its specific compatibility. But most likely they heard about the ROG Ally, and maybe Valve whispered in their ear a couple times just to mess with Asus, since Asus is targeting Steam Deck. This could all be a part of business, but the thing is, people that buy the ROG Ally expect games on Steam to work, especially if they worked at first, and then for some reason when there's just an expansion to a game, the game doesn't work anymore. Now this happens a lot with PCs in general, and we could just chalk it up to being some kind of freak accident, but I don't think it is. The fact that every other game doesn't do this on Steam. I mean, there are some games that just don't start, like the older Tomb Raider games. There are a handful of games that don't work, but it is Windows. So it is a little bit strange that you can get Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty to work, but not Sonic Frontiers. And the fact that there was an update on Steam saying that they're not going to support any previous Windows operating systems just seems a little strange to me that they would do that days before the ROG Ally's release. Nintendo has also done things in lieu of Steam Deck's release. So it's not beneath any company to play a little dirty here and there. I just think if Valve is doing this, and if they have any kind of hand in this, then I guess well played. And it's a shame that they own an entire platform, and if you have any other handheld PC that's mainstream trying to play on their platform, I'm just trying to point out that it might not be the best idea to game specifically on Steam anymore. It seems like Valve just thinks that everybody should own a Steam Deck. I wouldn't be surprised if Valve thinks a lot like deck heads, where it's either you go Steam Deck or you don't game on any other handheld at all. I think think people have the freedom to game on whatever the fuck handheld they want. I like to game on the ROG Ally. I don't like the fact that Denuvo has made Steam Deck its bitch. The best example, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, 50% off. That's a little strange. It's because it's an online-only game. Steam specifically wanted to lighten the blow of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered being online only. But of course, people would buy it because they have a Steam Deck. You see, this is playing into the exact hand that I thought it would. And that is playing into Valve's hand with monopolizing everything to make sure that you buy those nonsensical ports that only allow you to play online. Not even the Nintendo Switch version of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 had an online requirement. At times, I feel like Steam Deck makes Nintendo Switch look even better because of these horrible practices, and they would just allow games to do this on their platform. And people, of course, defend them like they're white knights and say, oh no, Steam would never hurt us. They care about us. They don't. They just want money like everybody else. They don't give a shit. And it shows the fact that they would block one of my favorite titles, possibly because some of my ROG Ally videos have been doing really well, and I talk crap about Steam Deck sometimes. So, of course, they specifically target a Sonic game. I just find that too much of a coincidence to be a coincidence. So I'm making this video to say that get your games third party. Don't count on Steam as a platform. Epic Games doesn't even do this kind of crap sometimes. But of course, it's too late. We have to go to Steam as a platform because we have thousands upon thousands of dollars of games. But Valve can just snap their fingers and make any game on their platform not work because they own the platform and they say what goes where. And if someone has an opinion that matches theirs, they can play dirty if they want. I find that to be extremely unethical, especially for a video game company. I'm honestly about ready to just boycott Steam altogether because they clearly just do not care about gamers and how much they actually invest their time and their hard-earned money into these titles. They would just straight up destroy a title because the gamer isn't doing what they want. Maybe this could be Steam, maybe not. But all in all, Sega just needs to fix this. Or Steam needs to fix this. Either one. I know it's got to be either one of them or both. And the fact that this has been going on for a couple weeks without them even noticing or caring about the ROG Ally. The ROG Ally has almost sold 1 million units. That is a lot in less than a year. And it's obvious that Valve is threatened by the ROG Ally because it is competition and very good competition at that. I admit that the ROG Ally is impressive, but the thing that kills everything is the way Valve is acting and what they're doing. It's their actions that draw me away from Steam Deck and to not support it. And at this point, I'm probably just going to give my Steam Deck away to a family member because Valve just keeps pulling crap like this because they have some kind of expectations for their handheld. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this and possibly to raise hell against Sega. Do whatever you can. Just get them to notice that ROG Ally is not working. I already contacted them. I contacted Steam about this. Everybody. And now I'm just turning to YouTube because this is absolute bullshit. Come on, how many more times is this going to happen? I'll say it right now, bro. I'm gonna crack everything. I'm not gonna support Steam. I'm not gonna play games on Steam. I'm kind of almost done with this platform. You go after one of my favorite franchises, you're really gonna piss me off. And a lot of people are just talking about it and they're sad because they want to play Sonic Frontiers on the ROG Ally, but they can't. And of course they can't. So if you're having trouble with Sonic Frontiers, I think it's available on Epic Games Store, so you could possibly go there to play it. But for real, what's happening with Sonic Frontiers on ROG Ally? What's going on, Valve? What do you have to say about this, Sega? It's one of the most sought-after handheld PCs to date, and you're not supporting it? What's Valve paying you? Come on, just tell me. But anyway, there really isn't any silver lining to this video. I'm not going to apologize for saying any of this. This is truly what I think is happening. I know it sounds crazy, but I really do believe Valve has a hand in preventing Sonic Frontiers from working on the ROG Ally specifically. And a lot of people think this is weird. I think whenever there's something weird, there are bad intentions. Just saying. But yeah, thanks a lot, Valve. It's getting harder and harder to support the Steam Deck. Hope you guys have a good one. Later.